Halo City Bestie, aku Cate. Check out my interview with CreativeDisc.com, the number one music website in Indonesia.
Hello, CD Bestie. Welcome back to another Creative Disc exclusive interview with me, Luthfi. And right now we have a singer-songwriter who's got viral because of her track called Groupies. And it's very, very viral in Indonesia, by the way. And right now she's got a new EP. It's very, very complex EP to pronounce because I think this EP, convey a many complex feeling. But the
Definitely.
name,
Yeah.
yeah,
Many
yeah, yeah.
feelings.
Ooh, the name
Many
of this
intense
EP
feelings.
is "Tell Me Things You Won't Take Back." Wow, it's hard. It's very, very hard to convey, I
Hmm.
think. But
Oh,
let's talk
thank
about it.
you. Yeah.
Let's talk about more about her EP, her music, and her story from the small town in Canada, in the big city in London right now. Please welcome. This is Kate.
Hi. So excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yes, yes, yes. How are you? How are you? How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, it's good. I have been lucky enough to been doing a few Indonesian interviews this morning, so I've been up early. It's like 8 a.m. here in London.
Oh, really?
But it's great. Yeah, and I am not an early riser, which is amazing though, because I'm like, wow, I get to see the sunrise.
What time you usually wake up?
I usually wake up at like 9,
Me too.
maybe like 8:45.
Oh
But
my
this morning I
goodness.
woke up at 6:30 and I was like, oh, wow, haven't done this in years.
That's so precise.
But yeah, I need to change. I need to wake up at 7 every day because I'm like, this is great.
Okay, so what kind of activity that you are doing recently?
Pardon?
What kind of activity that you are doing
Oh, yes.
recently?
Oh, wow, recently. I've been writing for my new project, and so I'm gonna release a few songs next year, and I've just been kind of in the writing process again, and it's been really fun. And other than that, just kind of like now that I'm off tour and stuff, just like having fun with my friends, and I'm gonna go home to Canada for Christmas, so I'm really excited.
Okay, so first thing first, I want to introduce you to our audience. With not the question is not who is Kate, but what is Kate?
Okay, what is Cate? A mess, first of all. But yeah, I'm a Canadian singer-songwriter. I moved to London in 2020, and I kind of write chaotic pop music. That's me. Feels right.
Speaking about your music, let's talk about your newest EP called "Tell Me Things You Won't Take Back." It's very, very long title EP, and I think
Yes.
it's very, very complicated one, and it's very, very different from your previous one. So let's talk. Tell me more about this EP.
Yeah, thank you. I wrote it with some of my best friends, just the same way I kind of wrote the first EP. And this EP definitely it's gone through the longest process of being made because I wrote all the songs mostly like a year and a half ago now when I was like writing music and nannying at the same time. And just kind of like, because I was nannying in London when I first moved here. That's how I was able to like kind of afford to live here. And it was so fun because I was just having so much fun like writing the music. I didn't really think it was gonna be on a project. And then I met my producer Joe Rubel and we decided to do an EP together. And yeah, it's just been really fun. And most of the songs have been finished since like I would say January this year. Or like they were recorded in November of last year. And so I've had them for a really long time. So I'm really excited that people can finally like hear it and take it away from me.
So I think this EP felt more honest for you to conveying your feeling rather than before, and I think you speak more directly rather than using some hyperbole, and you talk very, very direct on this EP. Like, is it any
Yeah.
reason behind this?
Yeah, I think I was a lot more honest with this EP. The first one was really fun, and I think it was such a like coming of age project for me. I was a lot of learning and kind of just seeing how I wanted to make music, where this one felt like a lot more personal. And I've kind of been in that space ever since, just like writing a bit more honestly. And yeah, it's good. It's telling, but sometimes scary, but it's good.
because like many tracks, like I think like groupie, I think, and recently that I like the most, it's called the ruler. I think you speak more directly rather than before, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think I just had more life experience. Like where the first EP, I just moved, I was 20, and I wrote some of the songs when I was like 19. So it was like easy. It was kind of, I was writing more kind of like generally, where like when I was writing the EP, I went through a lot of personal experiences. So I was able to kind of, I guess I didn't even notice I was writing them more directly. But yeah.
Is moving to London influencing so much when you're making this EP?
Definitely. It's influenced so much my music. I think it makes it more interesting, and not that Canada's not interesting, but I think that it definitely is, but it's just moving even if I moved to Canada from London, it would be the same thing. Like, just, being in a new place and, like, not knowing anyone and having to kind of, like, reintroduce yourself, was really, like it found out a lot about myself, and then I think it reflects in my music.
But when you're moving to the small place in Canada and right now you're in London, do you felt like a culture shock when you are first in London?
Mm,
The first time you being a big city and you do some nannying things to
yeah.
fit yourself, I think.
Yeah, I think it was definitely a culture shock just in the way, like, I'd never even had any English friends, like, British friends, and so when I moved here, it was definitely, like, kind of hard to, like, meet people and, like, make friends, and I love my hometown, and I love Canada, and so that was kind of I felt really homesick at first, but now I love it so much, and I go home a lot now, so it's really good.
But what's your big decision when you are starting thinking like, oh, I want to moving to the new place, to the big city, but not big city like not on Vancouver, but in London.
Mm.
What's the
Yeah, I
big
know.
decision?
I wanted to write for other people. Like, I wanted to write pop music for other people when I first moved here, and because of COVID, I wrote so many songs for myself, and I was picturing my life doing, like, 50-50. I was gonna write for other people and then write for me. But it's been so great because I've been able to do, like, what I really, really wanted to do, which is my music. But that's kind of the main reason I moved here, and just to collaborate because there's so many amazing musicians in Vancouver. So the writing scene isn't as big as it is here, so that's the reason I moved.
Oh
But yeah.
wow, 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 wow. But you're moving on the right time of the pandemic. Like you see the London is not packed as before.
Oh my goodness, I was living in Camden when I first moved here, which
Oh
is,
wow.
like, one of the busiest places, and I lived there and I was like, "Wow, it's so dead, like, all the time, like, nobody's here." Like, me and my roommates, like, were able to like, walk the main road, and we're just like, "Oh, cool, we'll live in Camden forever because it's, not that busy." And then, obviously, when COVID came back, I it was such a shock, like, it was thousands and thousands of people, like, you cannot get to your we couldn't even get to our house without, like, elbowing we wouldn't actually elbow, but it was just, like, squeezing through people, but yeah.
What's the thing in London that inspired you the most when you're making this EP, or yeah, maybe the art set of yours?
Yeah, I think it's, like, I didn't realize how much I referenced different places in London in my EP, and, like, the different relationships that I've, like, had since I've been here, like, with friends and other things, and, like, I feel like this is the first time I've, like, dated in my life, so going and, like, those experiences and writing about, like, actual things that are real to me, and yeah, I wrote a lot about different places in London, like Primrose Hill and Camden and stuff, and so those I think will always be in my music.
Ah, I see. Now I get it. Why this, you know, why this EP so that speak more directly. I think because you're in London, and I think English singer songwriter tends to be speaking more directly into your music without hyperbole
Mm.
things, I think.
Yeah, 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 definitely.
So okay, let's talk more about your biggest single in Indonesia called Groupie. And as you know, Groupie become famous in TikTok, and because of that, you've got many listeners in Jakarta, Indonesia, in here
Yeah,
in
it's so
big
cool.
city in Indonesia. So did you expect that your music is going too far away?
No, not at all. When I found out, I was so excited because I've always wanted to go to Jakarta, and I've always wanted to go to Indonesia, which is like it's so crazy. So yeah, I definitely want to like go and do a show hopefully someday, but I didn't expect it at all. I think it was mostly because of BTS fans
Really?
who like
Really?
yeah, took the song and were making videos of BTS to the song and which is really cool. And so yeah, I didn't expect it at all, but yeah, my song's done most well in Jakarta, which is crazy.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah, little
Okay.
groupie has.
Yes, yes, yes. Oh, wow. I didn't expect that answer. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
really,
that it
really.
was really cool. I didn't expect it at all, and then I remember one day, like, because I don't feel like I even look at, like, Spotify charts as much because I just don't expect to be in them, and then my manager's like, "You're on viral you're, like, number 2 viral, for, like, Jakarta," and I was like, "That's crazy." I was like, "Who in Indonesia is listening to Groupie?" But it was so cool.
Oh, it's a wild experience for you.
Yeah, so wild. Yeah, it's so crazy.
But tell me the story when groupies got viral. Do you have like many feedback on TikTok, or do you feel overwhelmed?
I think, like, at the time, because it was when I think about it, it was, like, a while ago now. It was, like, I think April wow, like, that's almost 2 years. Well, a year and a half ago. And, yeah, it was crazy because that was the first song of mine to really, like, get a reaction. Like, "Can't Wait to Be Pretty" was the first one, but, like, "Groupie" was the first really big one to kind of get that reaction, and we had to, like, rush put it out because of that, and it was just a crazy time. Yeah, like, I also went from, like, having, like, 20,000 monthly listeners to, like, up to, like, I think, like, 500,000 or something in, like, a few weeks. And, like, same thing, like, just people from, like, different places and, like, Indonesia listening to my music, which is really cool.
Okay, so okay. Um, on your opinion, it's just opinion on your opinion. What's your take on the viral song on TikTok? On your opinion,
Which one? Like, Groupie or which or
like
just any
groupies or
song?
maybe like groupies or maybe anything else that's viral on TikTok.
Oh, like, yeah, I think Groupie was the one who that did the most, and I just have such a special place in my heart for that song because I just didn't think that song wasn't even gonna come out, and I sang it on TikTok, and then, like, it was so cool because I feel like TikTok kind of, like, in a good way, like, forces you to put out music if it does well that you wouldn't have put out, and so, yeah, I love that song though, but yeah, to Groupie.
But groupie based on real experience because it it lyrics it's so direct. I think.
Yeah, it is
Oh my
definitely.
goodness.
Um,
Oh
I
really?
wrote it with 2 of my friends, and yeah, it was really cathartic to write, but it was really fun.
Oh really? Oh my goodness.
It was really
Wow,
funny.
wow, 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 wow. So okay. What's your approach when you're making the song? What's your inspiration when you're making the song? Are you like maybe take your time to sometimes to meditate or doing something else before you're writing the song?
Mm. I go on a lot of walks with my friends before we write songs together. So me and my friend Roy, who writes like a lot of my music with me, will go on like these massive walks and then just like basically gossip for like a few hours and then end up about ourselves. Not like in a good way. Like we'll just talk about all of our feelings and then we'll end up going to the studio or we write a lot of songs just at my apartment. And so yeah, that's kind of what I do. I love a good walk before song. It's good.
Wow, 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 wow. So, okay, you recently becoming Maisie Peters' opening for
Yeah.
her gigs. So, you recently hanging out with your new bestie artist, Maisie Peters. Like, tell me the
Mhm.
first time you met her.
Oh my goodness, we were talking about this yesterday. I actually don't even know the first time. That's yeah. We met because we have the same producer, Joe. And so I met her, I think the first time was when I think we were both in, like, Joe's studio, or we're like I was leaving and she was coming in. But, yeah, we talked about this now because now we live together, and I have no idea when the first time we met each other was. But, yeah, great question. I have no idea.
Oh wow, it's like kind of accidentally.
Yeah. Yeah, it was, yeah. It was really cool. I we had mutual friends, but, like, no, nothing, like, crazy, but yeah.
So, what's the thing from Maisie Peters that you learn and applied on your music, on your art? Because she started first.
Yeah, totally. I feel like it's just so great to, like all my friends make such great music, and, like, listening to their stuff always, like, inspires me and, like, makes me probably write better, definitely write better. But yeah.
Like I think you are like competing with Maisie Peters to make a good song. I think a good
It's, like,
sport.
the most, like, I feel like all my friends just, like, we really support each other,
Oh my
and we want
goodness.
each other to, like, make the best music we can, and
Oh,
we listen to each other's music all the time, and it's just,
oh,
like, a really supportive, like, cool space to be in. But yeah,
oh! Wow, 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 wow,
yeah, it's
wow,
so
wow, wow!
supportive and so kind.
What's a story? What a story!
Thank you.
Okay, so what's your all-time favorite album?
Wow, great question. Probably ah, can I have 3?
Yeah, yeah, it's all right.
Okay, 1989 by Taylor Swift,
Okay.
um, Golden Hour by Casey
Oh
Musgraves,
wow.
and then Control by SZA. I think
Uh,
those are my 3 favorites.
Now I know why you are speaking more directly into your song because this singer influenced you so much.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I love those, and Shania Twain, Come On Over, that's, like, one of my favorite
Oh
albums
my
as
god,
well.
that's so old.
Yeah, I know, I love it.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the question that's the most hard one because many artists didn't catch up on this question, but I hope you will
Okay.
catch up.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
so mention 5 things we didn't know about Kate.
Okay. Oh, 5 things you didn't know. Okay. Wow, great question. I Okay, wait, hold on. I have a brother named Riley.
Okay.
I used to play, um I suck at tennis, really bad at it. I'm lactose intolerant.
Oh my goodness.
I'm naturally a brunette.
Okay.
I'm a fake blonde,
Oh,
and that I want to probably live in Canada again one day when I'm old. That
yeah,
feels like 5 things.
yeah, yeah, yeah. As your retirement home, I think.
Yes, I will retire
Yes,
in
yes,
Canada.
yes, yes. It is. It is. It is. It is.
Yeah.
Okay. So the last question: what's next for Kate?
I have new music coming out next year, and so, yeah, I'm excited about that, but that comes out in, like, January, February,
Why so fast?
hopefully. Yeah.
Why so fast? Your latest EP. I think your latest EP in on Spotify is like 28 October, and you're releasing new music.
Yeah, hopefully early next year.
Oh my
So we'll see.
goodness.
Yeah,
Oh
but
my
I'm
god.
excited.
Oh my, oh my, oh my. You're so very productive right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of songs come out, so I gotta get them out.
Okay. Okay, Kate. Thank you very much for this nice, very, very, very nice interview
Thank
from
you.
you. Okay. Thank you so much for listening this and viewing this CD Bestie. Check out Kate's social media. Can you promote your social media first to follow you
Yeah, of
everywhere?
course. I'm just Kate Canning on Instagram and like on everything basically. So Cate Canning, Canning. But yeah, thank you for having me. It was so fun.
Oke, so City Bestie, terima kasih banyak yang sudah menonton interview gua bareng Kate dan terima kasih banyak. Thank you so much Kate for having me for this interview.
Thank you for having me.
Yes,
It was
yes,
so fun.
yes. Thank you for having me too. Oh my goodness.
Thank you. Bye.
Oke.